Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Moolchand Sharma with us. Sir, we the Fraternity of Central University of Haryana feel greatly honored and join me in sharing the pleasure of having you with us and express their gratitude. On their behalf and my own, I welcome you, sir, with greatest reverence and highest admiration on the inaugural session of celebrating a month of partnership in creating and sharing of knowledge. Sir, I have all my faith that this month will be a milestone in the globalized world of information and knowledge under the dignity of youth who is empowered and showered by the blessings of Goddess Saraswati Vidyaki Devi. Sir, we look forward to having your advice, directions and blessings on this great occasion to create and nurture a pool of knowledge with the collage of your platinum experiences. We are delighted to have the gracious presence of our worthy senior colleague, Professor Dr. D.C. Vashisht, on this landmark beginning of the month. He has been a source of encouragement and support to us in all our endeavors. The University Fraternity warmly welcome you, sir, on this occasion. I heartily welcome coordinator of this event, Dr. Ravindra, who has always taken a keen personal interest in every aspect of this university. I also welcome my worthy colleagues and all honored guests and dear students present here today. I am assured that this month will be the month of development of a collaborative environment conducive to learning, exposure to the best practices and promotion of knowledge, innovation and creativity. I again warmly welcome to all of you. Thank you. Now, I would like to invite the coordinator of this event, Dr. Ravindra.
Thank you, Dr. Rain. Worthy Vice Chancellor, sir. Honorable Professor D.C. Vashisht, who is presiding today's function, this inaugural session. Dr. Rain Yadav, student coordinator, respected colleagues, and dear friends. We are celebrating a month of partnership in knowledge creation and generation. And today we have assembled here to inaugurate this 1 month period. It is starting from today and will go on till 14th of November. Though it should have concluded on 13th of November, but since 13th of November is a holiday, it being Sunday, it will be concluding on 14th of November. Idea is critical for the survival and growth of any society. And basic to idea generation, idea creation is knowledge. We must create knowledge. Then we will be in a position to generate ideas. Creation and building of knowledge is of paramount significance, therefore, for the development and growth, as also even for the survival of the society. Knowledge creation may take place through reading, through writing, and even what we call as Chintan and Manan as. However, perhaps more important in the creation of knowledge, in the process of creation of knowledge, is sharing and exchanging the views that we have gathered. Central University of Haryana, as an institution of higher education and learning, has always been trying to take opportunity of any opportunity, always trying to take opportunity, always trying to take benefit of the opportunities that arise to create knowledge, to generate knowledge by sharing and by exchanging of views. And this 1 month that we are celebrating, it is dedicated to this process. That means creating knowledge through sharing and exchanging our ideas that we have gathered. In this process, in this period of 1 month, we will be holding a number of activities. This will begin with today's activity, which will be a discussion, and it will be initiated by Dr. Satish Kumar, who is Assistant Professor in the Department of Political Science. He will be initiating a discussion on the relevance of Gandhian Satyagraha and civil society. After a short while, after this session concludes, this discussion will take place. It will be followed by a book reading, which will be held on 20th of this month. I will be reading a book written by Amrit Sen, the argumentative opinion on that book. Next week, that is on 21st of October, there will be another conference. How to reach or not to reach. It will be a game of 100 questions, as several of you are in the know of. It was notified that out of the 2 newspapers, the Hindustan Times and the Dainik Bhaskar, from 14th of September till 14th of October, the news items that will be appearing, a question or a set of 100 questions will be chosen, and that will be administered to the students of this university. That game, under the convenership of Dr. Ashwani and Dr. Sahu, it will take place on 21st of this month. That will be followed by another book reading by Dr. Sanjeev Kumar, which is Study of English in India. It will take place on 2nd of November. And this will be followed by second discussion by Dr. Ashwani, who will be holding the discussion on sovereign debt crisis, fundamentals, expectations, and implications. He, as we all know, hails from the Department of Economics. This discussion will be followed by another interesting discussion, which will be delivered by Dr. Ajay Pal Sharma, who is from the Department of Management Studies. The topic of that discussion will be FDI in retail sector. Then we will be having another book reading by Dr. Veer Singh, and the topic of the book, the title of the book is Post-Colonial Eco-Criticism. Then we will be celebrating Education Day on 11th of November, which the Department of Education will be holding primarily. They have taken the responsibility. And then finally we will be concluding on 14th of November this entire period of 1 month, which comprise of several activities that I have tried to narrate. However, there are spaces, and we will try to accommodate some more activities. In fact, we are keen to create some possibilities of having some more such activities through which knowledge could be generated by way of sharing and exchanging views. So this will be entire program that we have so far generated, that we have so far finalized, though it is subject to changes depending if there are some certain requirements and necessities thereof. Now, I request our worthy Vice Chancellor, who has kindly agreed and consented to inaugurate this 1 month program, this 1 month session. I request him to kindly inaugurate this program, 1 month program, by lighting the lamp and by delivering the inaugural address. Sir, may I request now?
महान हो मां
may now request our Honorable Vice Chancellor sir, to kindly deliver the inaugural address, please.
A very good morning to you all. Respected witnesses, Dr. Ravinder Singh, Dr. Renu, my other worthy colleagues in the faculty, knowledge seekers, students. You have had, I think, 2 or 3 occasions in this very auditorium in the last few months. And you must have noticed the high profile of those functions. When I say high profile, I am not talking of that high profile which takes place in metropolis cities. But in Nagpur itself, those functions had some profile, and which, relatively speaking, could be termed as high profile function. While today's event seems to be very quiet, peaceful, can you think why so? It was designed so purposely. Even some of my colleagues in the faculty must have wondered. I said, no, don't put many banners outside. Don't decorate with flowers. Don't have even flowers here. And I insisted that you should leave the lane. Last time when we had the function in the mountain, I said, no. And this time I called them last evening and I said, no, I want Saraswati Vandana. So I'm quite sure that people of the faculty must be surprised. That is it a defection on my part? It's not. Because if you have heard this small prayer, these 3 young ladies recited, though I was making the length there, but my ears were on what you were speaking. And I cannot repeat what you all recited, but there are few words which were the key words of your prayer. You talked some kamna, you talked of utthana, but you didn't realize you can have kamna, and you can have kamna of utthana, or kamna in isolation and utthana in isolation. I see a great poet listening to me that, so I have to be very cautious. But people use some third word which is most crucial. You also said manan. But one word which came like a sadhana. Sadhana is not high profile. Why I have brought you here? That's the point I want to make. That today's function was purposely designed like this, that if the entire exercise is for creation of knowledge, dissemination of knowledge, transfer of knowledge, I'm using certain words and I hope you mark it. I say when we are saying that we are celebrating 1 month festival, 1 month of festival in what? In creating knowledge, in transferring knowledge, in disseminating knowledge, and here are words, creation, create, okay? You all and we will have to jointly create a partnership of creating. And how do you create? How do you create knowledge? That's the question. I would like someone of you to elaborate at some point in time. But shortage of time, will compel me that I cannot define in detail. But how do you create? That's my question. Have you ever thought how to create knowledge? In natural sciences, all right, you can create. But what do you create there also? Then you create only materials. And even for creating material, you require knowledge. Knowledge is the key. And sadhana, which you said, is a process. But through that sadhana, what is that is to be created? That's a million. That cannot be counted, that cannot be measured in terms of currencies. What is creation? I can't define it drastically. But for the sake of facilitating celebration of festival of 1 month, certain rudimentaries I can share with you, which may not be very final, which may not be very refined, which may not be so beautifully defined, but for creation of knowledge, what you require? Firstly, you require a sensitive heart. You know why? Because whenever you will go and read, they will say that for creating knowledge, firstly you have to gather experiences. But I am saying you have to gather experience. But please understand, gathering of experiences itself will depend on your sensitivities. And therefore, first thing is, I have to be a very sensitive heart. And after having that sensitive heart, I must gain experiences. And experiences would require what? You should have the faculty of observation. You know, otherwise what? To be sensitive, exercise your sensitivity, observe certain things happening there. And when you observe certain things happening there, then it hits you here. Why this? I am talking of hard sciences, I am talking of material science. What is material science? What did you do? Taking the bath, watching what April is falling down. Please understand. What do you mean by sensitivity? Sensitivity means you are sensitive. Okay, now you are sensitive. And what sense is? That you can see, that you can hear. And what is what? Apple is falling. Are you understanding that one? Then what he did? Using this sense, he experienced. What did he experience? Yes, every time it is falling. After you have experienced what he did, then comes the inquiring mind. And that inquiring mind comes only through sadhana. You cannot inquire while you are watching the TV or while you are watching the dance. Or no, you have to have that meditation. You have to have that concentration. And there are these marks: sensitivity, observation, experiences. And after you have collected experiences, collate experiences, analyze experiences, and it is that which will tell you how and why. When you say creation of knowledge will only involve two questions. That is, how this thing is happening and why this thing is happening. And whether you like the course of that happening to be changed, whether you like the course of that happening to be changed with a particular objective in your mind or with some modification. This is how the knowledge is to be created with it. And if you people stop observing phenomenon, if you get so much engrossed in your day-to-day exercise, and you do not find out even 10 minutes in your daily routine, even to observe experience and collect experiences, collate experiences, analyze experiences, this all will give you a great base of information. And then through sadhana, that information you use to answer why this happens, how this happens, how can it be changed, in what direction it can be changed. And this is universally application across the disciplines, be it art sciences, natural sciences, social sciences, humanities, languages, and therefore please mark this entire 1 month you are going to celebrate for one, that is how to create knowledge. Two, knowledge should be disseminated. And even before dissemination, knowledge should be transferred. You know that knowledge is no knowledge. That knowledge has got no meaning unless there is somebody who is waiting to receive, who is your customer. I am using the wrong language, I would not like to use the word customer. But in the market era, that's the only language I can use. That what happens is that, you know, there has to be somebody to whom you can transfer. You just go back and look into how a family of Brahmin transferred knowledge of Krishna to own children, and how a cobbler transferred cobbling to his heirs. I am not talking of caste system, but when I am talking here, transferring a knowledge is very, very crucial. And then it is not only transfer of knowledge, then it is dissemination of knowledge. Because what happens? I create a knowledge, I transfer to you, you create a knowledge, and you transfer to me. What happens? It becomes very myopic, it becomes very iconic, it becomes very small. It has to be disseminated all over. Now please mark, what happened? Environment was being looted, environment was being polluted, climate was being destroyed, climate was being subjected to depravity, and you didn't even know. The developing part or underdeveloped part of the world did not even know, right? You came to know it much later. Are you getting my point? By the time you came to know, they had already done whatever they had to do. And now what they are saying, no, you do not manufacture the car. No, you do not use this thing because carbon. Are you getting my point? When I was doing it, there was no problem. Please understand, what happens is that otherwise you will again become colonies and isolated societies. Not only on the global scene, but even in your families, even in your hierarchies. Okay? Therefore, it is very crucial that knowledge is to be disseminated to the larger world. And all these things will become meaningless. Creation, transfer, and dissemination. Unless knowledge is also subject to liberating. Now, when I say liberating means, see, that knowledge is no knowledge, which will only serve the need. Why Kapil Sibal is taking such great pride in saying that Akash will be available at 2,350? What? This is called liberating. I will appreciate my point that it should not remain confined only to a elite guru. I am getting my point. It should go to the classroom, and therefore any knowledge which you create has to be created keeping in view that it should be subjected to leveraging, that it should be subjected to narrowing down the gap. It should be used for the purposes of bringing harmony in the society. It should be used to bring collective happiness in the society. Now, you know what is happening. I'm sorry, today I have decided to myself that I will conclude in the next 5 minutes because I have a problem. And my problem is I destroy your discipline and I don't want to destroy. So I've got too many things to say. That please mind, I don't know how many of you are reading this takeover of Wall Street. And you know what is happening in that takeover of Wall Street? What is happening? They are in such a contrast, a great contrast. And what they are saying is, we want to destroy these millennials. They are not asking that you give me. Are you appreciating my point? My paradigms have to be changed. And how paradigms have to be changed? This is a change which should happen in the places where knowledge is created, transferred, and disseminated, they should have a paradigm change, and that paradigm change is that when you are leveraging, you are not excluding anyone, you are not doing it at the cost of anyone. Rather, those who are out of the stream, they have to be brought to the stream. Not that one stream should be extinguished at the cost of another, as it happened in the past. And therefore, I very strongly believe that unless these four things happen, creation, transfer, dissemination, and leveraging, I do not think societies, I'm not talking about India as a society, I say societies shall not grow, forget prosperity. They cannot grow, they cannot survive. That is the crisis which entire Europe is facing today, and that is the crisis which America is facing today, and that is why the central gravity of economic activities are shifting from that part of the world and coming to Asia. And Asia is a great challenge. And what challenge? That is, do not run this engine of creation, transfer, dissemination, and leveraging. And you are also going to see the same fate as it happens today. And therefore, this one is very crucial. And just, I have another 3 minutes or 4 minutes, I will do, but in those 4 minutes I say something. One, Narendra was very conservative, Narendra was very economic in giving his introduction of this event. I wish he had some more time to himself. Unfortunately, we are today very strict on time. That's why he was conservative. But remember all what I have said. These events which Dr. Ravindra has shared with you, think for a second what these events are. Like we said, that there will be book reading. Now what is this book reading? You every day read a book. Why should I collect you 60 people in a room and then I should ask my one faculty member to read a book? You can tell now you are grown-up people, you know the language, I read it up already. What is this? Why are you holding that? How I started today, that you should have a sensitive mind. You are talking of creation of mind. Right? And what was the first step I told? You should have sensitive heart. And why you should have sensitive heart? Because then you make observations. And after observations you make experiences. I will appreciate when you read, what happens? Your reading itself will depend upon what kind of sensitivities you have. And then you observe means what? You observe what is written there. Okay? Here observation has to be understood in wider sense. Okay? Then what happens? From there you gain the experience, and then that experience you collate and you analyze. Based on that, then you create knowledge. Therefore, please mark, book reading is going to be a very fascinating, fantastic exercise. And after these 3 books have been read, there will be 3 books read: Argumentative India by Ravindra Singh, Post-Colonialism and Eco-Whatever this is reading, and then some report on history of English language by Dr. Sanjeev. After these 3 books have been read, then we will have one section of deconstructing as to what we have learned through those readings, a learning which we initially would have missed if these books were not read the way these books have been read here. Even my faculty did know. This is the agenda. Please mark, my every exercise will have a purpose. That after these 3 books have been read, then there will be a workshop on reading and how not to read. And that workshop will focus entirely on what people have read, what these people have heard, what these people have commented, and then we will draw lessons. That's where we will create knowledge. And what knowledge? Knowledge of how to be, how not to be. Similarly, if Dr. Satish Kumar is going to give a talk today, and where he's going to talk of Satyagraha, right, and Gandhi, and in contemporary world. Now, please mark, he's not only simply going to talk of episode, that what happened in Gandhi and twice. One was fiasco, one was celebration. And then ultimately that is also turning out to be what? No, you didn't. You didn't. Sense की बात नहीं है, observation नहीं है. हमने कुछ बोला, आपने उसका जवाब नहीं दिया. What I'm saying, two things happened in Gandhi and one turned out to be fiasco, other turned out to be celebration. But then what happened after celebration even to that second? If not fiasco, it is reaching somewhere near that. Are you appreciating my point? These are the observations. From there you have to gain the experience. Okay? And therefore, entire meaning of Satyagraha, right? He has to bring all these kind of. So you know, he will not be talking about only these episodes. These episodes are merely the observation. From observation to experiences. Experiences, collation, then analysis, and from there things have to come, right? And therefore these are some very serious exercises, which is a very fascinating exercise. I will not explain all kind of things, and I mean the last thing I say, and then I conclude, that is Dr. Ravinder missed somewhere. Maybe he wanted to take you excited. But I am so excited that I cannot curb my excitement, okay? And therefore I will read you. Yesterday I met a group of people. I think most of you were there. And you remember we talked of something called big contest, or a big fight, or convergence and divergence. You recall? And the topic is what? People of parliament, who is supreme. Right? And there will be 5 podiums here. Okay? And everything will be managed by a people. That is where the real excitement and real challenge will come to you. And that will be the entire exercise of yours. Now please mark on that. Earlier, students used to let the play. Okay, this celebration is different. Even that was a celebration. That was a celebration of exuberance. That was a celebration of dynamism. That was a celebration of youth. No doubt. Both ways were invented, keeping sensitivities also in mind, that I acknowledge. But here, even this event, those celebrations, those enthusiasm, those sensitivity, but it will come this time. So this entire 1 month is practicing sadhana, right? That is the idea of this 1 month. I wish you all the best, and I wish you a great luck, and I wish myself, you may not wish me, but I wish myself a great luck, and I hope my luck is on my side, and God is on my side, that this 1 month brings out at least 20% of the result which I aim at from this exercise. I am so modest, I am saying only 20%. Even if I can get 20% of outcome which I am looking for, I will feel I am very fortunate, and I will feel this university is really great. I have great confidence in you. You believe, friends, my whole kind of exposure is all over. I have met all kind of students, all kind of students. And the kind of work which I do, I cannot disclose to you. What kind of work I do at the workshop courses. Okay? But trust, the amount of confidence which you people have generated in me, I never had that. Because living in such adversity, if you people can even pick up this paradigm, even if you can pick up this vocabulary, means what? The country has a great future. See, people are talking of deficit in governance. And deficit in governance is there simply why? Because you have deficit in knowledge. The real crisis and the real challenge which this country faces is what? Knowledge deficit, not governance deficit, not moral deficit. What you suffer is knowledge deficit. And universities like this, which are living in adversity, it cannot be done by IIM. They will only generate further deficit because they will only catering to elite. It is only these are the universities which can remove that knowledge deficit, because island of knowledge, okay, are becoming IIMs, IITs. Even they are not coming into underground, okay. But what happens here? They may become island and what? Not even 1% population. The meaning is here, and if this remains island of ignorance, how do you say confused problems? Then what do you say what kind of governance will come? Then only that governance will come which will say poverty line is 36 rupees. Are you getting my point? And then they will collect the guts to justify it. Then they will collect the guts to justify it. Why? Because there is deficit of knowledge. If they were not suffering from deficit of knowledge, they would have not been so. I know Tendulkar very well. In fact, Tendulkar and I used to share a common office in School of Economics. Though he was very, very senior to me. And I used to every day tell him that, sir, you are such a pious man, but you will be a very disciplined fellow, okay? He will get up at 5:30 in the morning and he has to get up at 5:30 in the morning from work. He has to go to bed at 10 o'clock and he go to bed at 10 o'clock. Work very hard. Will be in the library for at least 5 hours every day. Very nice man. I have great respect for him. But I have great protestation also. And precisely for this. They said simply living in this library and only reading these books is not going to help you. You do your book reading before 100 people. And then you will come to know, is your reading faulty? Do you require to read it differently? That is called knowledge deficit. This country is suffering from knowledge deficit. Let me tell you, all ITs which we have done, they are simply what? The reactionary, they react. Computer reacts. But human being is proactive. Human being with an agent. None of them can create. No computer can bring a change. Computer cannot bring a change. You may use computer to bring a change at a different part of soul. But computer itself, a robot itself, cannot bring a change. That only human being can bring it. And that you can bring. And I have great confidence in you. All the best. Good luck. Thank you very, very much. I hope you have a great confidence.
Very illuminating inaugural lectures. Now, may I request Professor B.C. Persist to kindly deliver the presidential remarks for today's conference.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ravinder, my fellow colleagues and students, I am glad, along with you, to be a participant and witness the activities which are scheduled for the 1 month duration. And today's topic is only an umbrella or an umbrella to all those several activities to be carried out in the next month. This is, I am glad because this is very important. And the importance of this creation of knowledge has recently been acknowledged by the developing world. The developed world has already recognized it. It has tasted foods during the 20th century, the century of dominating the world. Now, as our Vice Chancellor has hinted, the focus of development is shifting to the Asian countries, but these are only signs of shifting. The main thing, the creation of knowledge still remains there, and unless that shifts to some other location, they will keep dominating. Biggest happiness of mine lies in the fact that though the developing countries are recognizing the importance of creation of knowledge, my greater happiness lies in the fact that even in the developing countries, our university is the first. I consider it a privilege to say that it is the first among the universities which recognizes or is awakened to the future by arranging these activities in our university, though it has been a foundation which lies in a single person, personified as Professor Sharma. This activity is important because it has been recognized now throughout the world that the so-called superpower status or sustainable growth, they are just fallouts or spin-offs of this activity of knowledge generation and sharing broadly. We are proud and I am very happy to participate in these activities, but I also have a urge to all of my colleagues and my dear students that such activities are of a little different nature. If I find an analogy in the growth of a plant, there are certain plants which show stem before taking roots, and there are plants which do not show stem but they take roots. Now this activity belongs to that second category. In the beginning we will not be able to, our outcome of these activities will not be that much perceptible to us or to outside world, and for that we need not be discouraged. If I take a live example and sort of to be excused by our Vice Chancellor, when we are more fortunate than our students in the sense that we very frequently enjoy when he speaks, which is much more concerned and related with what we are going to celebrate, going to activate in the next month. We also enjoy it. We also enjoy religious meeting. वो जो मंत्रमुग्ध करते हैं अपने आप को भी हमारे को भी, वो स्ट्रेंथ अब दिखाई दे रहा है, but the roots are not visible to us. Though the roots are known to him, the pain he has undergone in acquiring such a capacity is known only to him. We don't know. There is asymmetry. So we can take an example that it is not a one short affair or very short duration during which we can achieve our objective. There are certain fruits which are hard to crack, but they are very sweet. Others are juicy, but they are very easy to crack. They are not that juicy, but they are very easy to crack. So, this is a process of Kundali Jagaran. His Kundali has जागृत हो गई है, लेकिन we can take only as a encouraging milestone, a model for life to pursue without discouraging, without feeling let down. Because had we seen him struggling for acquiring this capacity, we would have dismissed him as fruitless exercise. Because it takes time to give fruit. So my request to you is that even if from outside some say that you should stick out these activities, these functions, or this and that, don't get discouraged. We will succeed and we will also take the fruits of our hard work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for delivering the presidential remarks. Now, in the end, I request Dr. Sanjay to kindly deliver a couple of things for this inaugural session.
I just take one minute, only sitting here, I want to say that I've spoken so much of people, but one thing which I missed, and I feel guilty for that, for organizing these events, the amount of force which my faculty has put, I don't think I can write in volumes. You believe they all have worked so hard for it. Like, can you believe we amongst ourselves one day for 4 hours had a rehearsal only on one book reading. That was done by Dr. Beeson. 350 pages book. The man must have spent 1 month. We all must have spent some hours, right? And then there was such an intense discussion, which for me it was a great revolution, right? So that's only one example I made. Otherwise, entire faculty has remained. Can you believe this function today got paid by 15 minutes for this reason? That even now, before we came here, 5 people were talking of structuring some event, which we decided to do last night, but no, I think we will try some of us change our views. And we said, no, how to shoot that differently. And therefore what Dr. has said is very crucial. It may not be apparent to you today. It may not be visible to you today. Okay? You take one small pill. Should allow time 25 mg का होता है. And what happens? वो आप पैसा लिख करता है, सही रात आप सो जाते हैं. है ना कोई ऐसे कहते थे. पुलिया तो सही रात सो जाते हैं. ठीक है? अब समझ नहीं है. वो visible नहीं था. ठीक है? पर आपको ऑर्गेनिक चेंजेस उससे हुआ. तो ये जो एक्सरसाइज है ये आपको ऑर्गेनिकली चेंज करेगी. And therefore my request to you is to fill maybe a little bit up. Take this thing and take it in the form of celebration. That's why I'm calling it a celebration. Right? I'm sorry, Sanjeev, I interrupted you, but I wanted to very propose and my entire family. See, I feel so safe and I feel very heavenly because I know my whole faculty. I simply say this has to be done and then I don't have to apply my mind. It is they who bring in idea. It is they who organize it. And therefore, with a request, I request that it's here my entire faculty.
Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Shah, respected Professor D.C. Vasisht, President of this function, respected Dr. Ravinder, Madam Renu, my dear colleagues and dear students. Today is the inauguration of this session of 1 month, which is going to be celebrated as a celebration of knowledge. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers of this program who have given me this opportunity to put a formal vote of thanks. Putting a formal vote of thanks is really a difficult task. For who is not only a visionary leader but also possesses a kind of aura around himself, which reflects the knowledge, which reflects the wisdom, which reflects the vision, which reflects the kind of philosophy which we want to enter into in futures to come. So my first thank on behalf of all the university fraternity, particularly the students, faculty and staff of this university, who are to our Honorable Bhatti Vice Chancellor, who has been quite generous in organizing these kinds of opportunities, these kinds of celebrations, so that we can also share, care and disseminate the knowledge. Sir, particularly we are much influenced by your speech in which you said that 4 things which we need to cater to for better tomorrow, that is creation, transfer, dissemination and liberation. These are the 4 pillars of knowledge on which the university can put its agenda forward and then can prove its caliber in the future to come. So thank you very much for your ever-energizing speeches, ever-energizing sharing and caring attitude. And also, I would like to thank him not only for this lecture, but also the trouble and the toil he always tries to take, the pains he always tries to take within himself, to structure all these, even one minutest event, minutest sentence, minutest word, he is ever thinking in the nights also, as he had already told to us. Thank you very much on behalf of all the faculty members and the university fraternity for your efforts, sir. And we also bless that we will be abiding by all your principles in the futures to come. Thank you once again, sir. Now, my thanks are also due to Professor Vasist, who eloquently deliberated his presidential remarks and said that how developed nations are better than us, how knowledge can create wonders, how knowledge can create a kind of difference which is much desired in this latest world, latest globalization era. Thank you very much, sir, for your presidential remarks. Then I would like to thank Dr. Ravinder Singh, who is coordinating all these innovation and one-month celebrations, programs, or a series of events, for his kind cooperation, for his kind coordination for all these activities in efficient and effective fashion. Thank you once again, sir, for your efforts. Now I would like to thank Madam Venu Yadav, who has been in constant touch with all the students on telephone, on email, personal contact as well as other contacts, because she is acting very good, very effectively as far as the coordination of students' activities are concerned. Thank you very much, madam, for this effort of yours. And then my thanks are also due to our honorable respected faculty members, those who have also taken pain in order to organize these activities and take part as well as and motivate the students from time to time. Then my thanks are also to the students, those who are budding young students, full of energy, full of dynamism, and full of inspiration, source of inspiration for all of us. Thank you very much for patiently listening and partnering and participating in all these activities with full zeal and enthusiasm. Thanks once again, and my thanks are also due to the staff of this university who has put all these notices, the boards, the signboards, the other things, and all the supporting activities which they are engaged in efficient and effective manner. Thank you all once again. Thanks one and all those who have directly or indirectly contributed to this inaugural speech. Thanks once again from the university. Thank you very much.
And I thank Dr. Tiwari for presenting the vote of thanks. And now we have arranged small tea for all that is there in room number 2. Immediately thereafter, we will be holding a discussion which will be initiated by Dr. Satish Kumar on relevance of government sector and civil society thereafter. So I request all of you to kindly invite me, but immediately thereafter assemble in conference hall.